going on, guys and gals, and welcome to Good Reel Hunting, where we hunt for the good reels so you don't have to. It's your boy Brad, the Brett Man's right over there, and we are reviewing the brand new fan film, It's Me, Billy, of course brought to you by Dave, McRae, and Bruce Dale, the legends. So we're excited. This is the unofficial sequel to 1974's Black Christmas. We've been highly anticipating this release for some time. We both contributed to this movie, and we're pretty jacked to finally see it. It came out yesterday to YouTube and Vimeo, sorry. And so far, it's been a great release. Everybody's been liking it. Everybody's been talking positive things about it, for the most part, by and large. And that should be of no surprise to anybody who is a follower of Dave's channel. Let's get into this thing, man. It's awesome. Of course, we're going to be talking spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, it's free on YouTube. Check it out and come back and watch it after you're done with that. But man, let's get into this thing, man. What do you think? You pumped?
Man, dude. Before that, as of this recording, within the first 24 hours, it hit over 10K views, which I think that is awesome for a fan film. So, Bruce and Dale, congratulations. Let's spoil the hell out of your movie and let's talk about it. First off, the setting and just the way it is shot is so damn beautiful. I'm just like, I'm speechless about this movie. Like if you tell me this was a fan film, I just call you a damn liar. Like, it doesn't feel that way. It's shot professionally. It is acted professionally. It is produced. It is directed. Just the sound editing is spectacular too. So I'm just floored with how great of a job everybody did on this fan film.
Right, you are, Ted. It is. They did a fantastic job with everything all around. I'll echo your statement. Dave and Bruce's the camera work that they got in this thing is fantastic. Like the way it tracks and everything. There's some great shots of the camera tracking through this. Obviously, you can see the mansion behind Brett's head there, tracking through the interior of this mansion here, and it looks fantastic. And also, hats off to their director of photography, Greg Bennett, who obviously did a fantastic job with the camera they had here. Of course, they shot on the Arri Mini. It's a big time Hollywood camera that, they use for movies such as The Joker and all kinds of stuff. So,
oh yeah, 1917 actually. I heard about that one. I'm like, oh crap, this is big time camera.
Right, but like David said, you can have the best piano in the world, but if you don't know how to use it, you're going to sound like trash. I'll paraphrase that. He didn't actually say that, but it was something along those lines.
Yeah, I saw that quote the other day too.
Yeah, exactly. So, Greg, he knocked it out of the park. Of course, all three of them together, they did some great things. And hats off to the three protagonists, the three main actresses in this thing, man. Of course, I'm referring to Victoria Marrow that plays Sam, who is the granddaughter of Jess Bradford from the original 1974 movie. Shelby Handley, who plays Emma, and then Malika Heni Hamadi, who plays Justine. And I'm sorry if I butchered that. I'm not good with names, as we all know here.
Neither am I. So I'm just glad it was you versus me. But no, the three girls, very spectacular. Like that, I'll be honest, that was my little concern going into a fan film. That's pretty much a concern to every fan film, is the acting. But those three ladies just knocked it out the damn park. They were believable. Like, you really bought their friendship, with their characters. Like, just that chemistry within each other. It's just so damn strong, and it just shines on the screen too.
Definitely, dude. And Victoria, like, all three of them nailed it. Now, like, they were all great. And just mad props to Victoria, who had to. A lot was asked of her in the third act of this thing, as far as getting those vocals out there, the screaming and all that. And she really displayed how terrified she was and really put that onto screen and nailed it, man. From once shit started hitting the fan, like, she carried the flow of the movie, and she did an incredible job with that. Very incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of just like, it's just being like, it's just creepy. We got to talk about those phone calls, man. Freaking Dave McRae coming in the clutch on those phone calls. They sounded so familiar with 74. I almost lost track at one point that it was actually Dave doing the voiceover. So major props for those phone calls. And those phone calls, oh man, were they creepy.
Dude, they were pretty wild. And again, yeah, like you said, man, it really brought you back to the 74 movie with the way that they were done and the way that they were edited and the way that they were put into this thing. And just freaking incredible job with that. This thing drips with atmosphere all the way throughout. Of course, it drips with mood as well, mood and atmosphere. I mean, we couldn't have a David McRae produced movie here if there wasn't mood and atmosphere in there. Of course, we all knew that was going to be the case. But this thing builds and builds and builds to that first phone call, and just the amount of tension that's put in there, foreshadowing, I guess I could say a little bit when they're in the living room and the camera's following one of the characters around, and it kind of pans across. It would have been Victoria's character, Sam. And the camera's panning, and you just get a glimpse of the phone, and it doesn't really hold on it. It's just there in the foreground, and it keeps going on. It keeps following her. That was beautifully done. That was awesome, and it just gives you that oh shit kind of feeling as soon as that happened. I thought that was awesome, man.
Yeah, it really is. And I'll be honest, like there's some scenes in this movie where I actually get to see Billy. Like first off, the attic scene was spectacular of Billy just going just batshit crazy all over, just breaking things and like talking to himself. But I'll be honest with you, I don't like seeing the Billy character though. Like from the original, like we only really got to see the eye and just him in the shadows. I felt like in this one we got to see more of him. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but it doesn't take away of anything because the Billy character is spot on. He did exactly what he was supposed to do, and the guy and the person that plays Billy really just sells everything. So big props to that.
Definitely. I liked what they did with Billy here, simply because they still like he was there. You could see his presence, but you still couldn't. You never saw his face. You got the same, obviously a throwback to the original movie with the eye as he's slaying Justine there. So that was cool. The nice little throwback there. And then the hair was awesome. Like it's kind of what you would expect from this character, 40 years down the road. I thought that was done really well. But again, you never see him. You never really see his face, which I'm glad they didn't go that route. So I think that was good. I think they handled it very well. They gave him on-screen presence without showing too much, like they do in a lot of slasher movies, where you get like with Halloween in particular, where he's just there. So they did. I'm talking the sequels to Halloween, not the original so much, but yeah, I think he did a fantastic job with what he did with Billy on screen, and man, he's pretty creepy looking too.
Oh yeah, and it's just let's go ahead and talk about the last act. Oh my God, just the direction they went with the story. I did not see that coming with the next door neighbor being Agnes, which, I mean, like I was speechless. Like that whole the last 5 minutes, I was just completely speechless. And I just thought it's genius to go to that direction of like, of the story too, with introducing Agnes and then Bailey. If it's just the ending where it is hinted at that Jess is still alive, which if they decide to do another movie, they absolutely could. And I feel like they absolutely should, because I know this fan film is going to be that successful where they can do that. So that third act, bravo.
Yeah, nailed it. Again, I didn't see it coming either. I didn't expect it to go that direction. I'm glad it did. It was really cool. I thought the movie was about to end when Sam ran out the front door and got picked up by the neighbor. And I thought that was just going to be it. I was like, okay, that's awesome. That's cool. Because like earlier in the movie, it sounded like they were watching Texas Chainsaw, but they may not have been, but it was pretty much what it sounded like. They were talking and they were watching the movie. The three of them were sitting there on the couch, and Sam was like, "This is why I hate horror movies, dude. They're always going up the stairs." It's a line from Scream, essentially. Yeah. They're always going up the stairs instead of going out the front door. And then when the time comes and the killer's chasing her, she does just that. She busts open the front door, she runs out the front, she escapes, and it's like, oh, there it is. She just freaking defeated the old cliche, if you will. But then it takes that turn, Texas Chainsaw style, where freaking Agnes is the one scooping her up, giving her a ride in, and just Captain Spaulding, in House of a Thousand Corpses, and she pulls back in, and that great freaking shot, man, too. Whenever they get out of the car, And after she drugs her and she drags her out of the car, and then it kind of stays in the air, and then the blanket falls off of the girl in the back, and it just zooms it with the Christmas music, dude. That was freaking.
Yes, I thought that's how it was going to end.
Yeah, that was my second time. I'm like, okay, here's the end of it again. Freaking great ending, right? And that was a fantastic shot. Fantastic shot. I love that. And then it cuts into damn more Texas Chainsaw style, freaking her getting drugged through the house and locked into the basement. And then she turns around and sees her grandma there, which I think, again, awesome ending. You could end it right there and you're like, oh shit, what the hell? Or like if they wanted to do a sequel to this, they could. They left that open, and there's a lot of material to go on there. So I think that's really exciting. And I mean,
if they could bring back Olivia Hussey for part 2, if they choose to do that, do you know how amazing that would be?
I think and I think if this thing gets the population and the recognition that it deserves, I think that will definitely be an option. And I know Dave's kind of hinted at that in the past in some of his shows, that that's something he would like to do. So I would love to see that. And I think, again, that would bring just more legitimacy to this, which, I mean, it's legitimate as a mofo. Let's not confuse ourselves. I think this is a movie in and of itself. And, I'm excited to see what they can do, what else they can do, because I've been a fan of Dave's for a long time. So I think going back to 2017 on his channel, and ever since I watched the first video on his channel, I'm like, this guy's got one of the greatest minds on YouTube. No offense to anybody else on YouTube, but I mean, this guy just has it figured out. He understands suspense, and I think his channel is criminally underrated. But I knew that, like, if he ever did something like this, he would knock it out of the park. And of course, him and Bruce did that. And I think hopefully it opens up the door for them to do more, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. So Dave, Bruce, just great, amazing job. You just blew me away. And for It's Me, Bailey, it is a game changer in fan films. Like, I really honestly believe that. I'm not saying it just to say, I really believe that. I'm like, this has changed the game of fan films. So, Brad, do you want to go ahead and rate this bad boy?
I'm going to say, yeah, I mean, this is definitely my favorite fan film to date. I think it's the best. Again, no offense to other ones out there. There's plenty of great ones out there. That's actually saying a lot. It's a huge compliment. If I gave it, like, as a fan film, easy 5.0 out of 5.0, perfect freaking score.
A golden reel.
Yeah, I mean, as a fan film, there's no question about it. I mean, it exceeds expectations you could imagine. If I rate it as a real movie, which is what it needs to be rated as, I think it'd still be a 4 at the least. Yeah, I think.
Oh yeah, for fan films, easily a golden reel. Absolutely deserves it, big time. But yeah, I agree with you, Brad. We need to treat this as a movie, because that's what it felt like to me, a movie. And I'm also going to give this a maybe like a 4.25 out of 5, just because, like, what they did with those 42 minutes is just was so crucial, and they did so great. Which I understand, like, if it was more fleshed out into an actual feature length movie, I really honestly could probably give this a 5 out of 5 as well.
Yeah, and again, like, you gotta keep in mind, this is $40,000. I mean, this even Friday the 13th in 1980 was 500 and some change. Even Halloween was 380-ish, 370 back in the 70s. This is $40,000 in 2021, and they did more with this $40,000 than a lot of people can do with millions. And it shows, man. It's absolutely. And I mean, if this thing was a fully fleshed out, full runtime sequel with the budget that it deserves, this would easily be 4.5 territory, easy at the least.
Yeah, so since we're going to treat it like a movie, that is easily a trip to the Tosche station to get some good old power converters.
But I was going into Tosche station to pick up some power converters.
Woohoo! Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. So, guys, what did you all think about It's Me, Bailey, the Black Christmas fan film? Did you all really feel like it's the best fan film y'all ever seen? And Dave McRae and Bruce Dale and just everybody involved in that project just knocked it out of the park? Or did you have some problems with it? Let us know in that comment section down below, and let's get that discussion rolling.
And if you want us to find the good reels, you can do so by finding us on Facebook, Instagram, Letterboxd, Twitter, Snapchat, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram again, TikTok somewhere. All those are down in the link for you to find down there.
Absolutely. And be sure to like this video, share, and subscribe. And of course, ring that bell. Ding, ding, ding. So you know when the next video is up and ready. And if you've not seen It's Me, Bailey, do so right now. I'm going to put in the link down in the description below for you to watch.
And we will see you guys soon.
See you guys.